A cloudy day with spouts of sunshine and a temperature of around 11 to 14 degrees during daylight, dropping to around 8 degrees at night. The youngest person to ever be recorded missing in Scotland, Holly Bringan, is reported missing by her father, Douglas Bringan, after several attempts to contact her mother, Miss Salena Bringan, who is later also discovered to be missing with Holly. It is stated that Salena abducted Holly following a contravention of a court order, of which Salena had lost to Holly's father, although confirmation of this has not been verified. Holly and Salena have never been seen since. Here, the missing mystery case of Holly and Salena Bringan begins. Salena, 39 years old at the time of her disappearance, is white, 5 foot 1 inches tall, slim, with dark shoulder-length hair, which was dyed blonde. She has blue eyes but sometimes wears brown contact lenses. Holly, when first missing, was just 2 years old, was 2 foot 6 tall, had light brown shoulder-length hair, a light complexion and blue eyes. Holly would now be 13 years old, thus would more than likely look completely different. Salena was known by numerous names, including a first name as Sarah, and had the surnames O'Brien, Dingwall and Barnes. Salena was previously employed working with an anti-corruption unit, and it has been said that Salena had a knowledge of finances and technology because of this employment. Salena was also a qualified accountant and worked with the police at the time of her disappearance. No other specifics have been stated relating to her personality, for example, likes, interests, or hobbies, so it is difficult to ascertain her personality type. Holly, born May 18, 2007, was just 2 years old when she was reported missing. A toddler, full of life and energy, Holly's personality would have been developing with a positive outlook on life, learning, exploring, and playful. It is unknown whether she had any talents, skills, or interests, so it is difficult to establish any further information on her personality. Margaret Barnes, who was 75 at the time of Holly and Salena's disappearance, was Holly's maternal grandmother and was known to be in regular contact. It has also been stated by Margaret that she felt that she knew Holly and Salena were safe due to her mother's instinct. Bizarrely though, Margaret had stated to the police, "Salena didn't want me to know where she went, so I'm not in contact with her." Could this mean that Margaret was aware of Salena and Holly and where they were going to disappear? Tragically, Margaret passed away in 2018 without ever learning what had happened to Holly and Salena. Douglas Bringan is a police sergeant and would now be 48 years old. Douglas left Salena when Holly was 4 months old in 2007, as their relationship had turned bitter. Douglas, however, saw Holly regularly and is described as a doting dad by others. Salena Dingwall, Police Scotland stated that they are unable to provide pictures of Salena due to legal reasons. I've been unsuccessful in my attempts to find any pictures of Salena. When looking further into this, it is apparent that Police Scotland will protect a person's identity until they are convicted. One can only assume that she could be charged with abduction, and they are maintaining her protection, as although she is Holly's mother, a court order was in place which allegedly inhibited her access to Holly. It is unknown what her relationship was like with any other family members. Salena had regular contact with her mother Margaret, and although her relationship with her ex-husband, Holly's father, Douglas, had turned sour, they would still speak during the exchange of Holly from Salena's and Douglas's home. Unfortunately, no specific timeline information can be obtained. Strathclyde Police have not released any details on the timeline of events. Holly's father called Police Scotland to report Holly missing following numerous attempts to contact Holly via her mother's phone. The time of the call is unknown. Douglas had a positive relationship with Holly and saw her regularly. Holly was known to have been home with her mother in Troon on the day of her disappearance. Following the missing report to the police on the 22nd of October 2009, it can only be assumed that Holly and Salena weren't at their home address, as a welfare visit would have been carried out by both Douglas and the police. The police have since been unable to trace the pair despite exhaustive inquiries. Salena is believed to have used her skills from her time with the anti-corruption unit, along with her abilities as an accountant, to have produced fake identities for Holly and herself. Some online sleuths have suggested that Salena wanted to start a new life, as there were alleged issues connected to Salena which would result in her losing contact with Holly. Further reading has stated that Holly was under restriction with a court order, although specific details are unobtainable. Furthermore, some online sleuths have debated on how Salena could have created fake identities for two people. Discussions imply that it is possible for someone to achieve this with certain IT skills, and that it can be done by using partial identity theft, where someone can use legitimate records to replace your lost ID. For example, if there are records held for a deceased, unmarried foreign person. Therefore, it doesn't seem an impossible task, especially if the right person has the right skills. Also, due to Salena's accountancy skills, it is thought that she could have used fake IDs to open bank accounts. The police maintain their searches for Holly and Salena on an annual basis, reviewing their case with the intention of obtaining updates, information, and following any potential leads. They have been unable to follow any leads or further information despite their efforts in their research. Superintendent Jim Cobra, who is leading the investigation, appealed to Salena to come forward. He said, "Salena has a knowledge of finances and technology and has managed to create another life for herself, which in this day and age is quite unusual." Police believe that Salena could be anywhere in the UK with Holly, although there was mention of her planning a new life in Bristol. There are some online sleuths and suggested conspiracies around Holly's case, some suggesting that Holly's disappearance could be related to her father. The sleuths have stated that there has been very little appeals for help or further information, as well as stating that there isn't actually any evidence that they have disappeared. Why has Salena's identity been withheld? There has been some heavy debate and questioning on why this has happened. Online sleuths have commented saying that it doesn't make sense to not share any pictures, as it prevents people from being able to keep a lookout for them, as well as the fact that if she changes her look by dyeing her hair and changing her lenses, it makes it even more difficult to identify her. It is also unusual that Margaret had stated that she didn't want me to know where she went, so I'm not in contact with her. This could be insinuating that Margaret was safe in the knowledge that she probably knew where Holly and Salena were, or at least maintained contact. So, what do you think? Is it possible that Salena and Holly have absconded the police and Douglas and have started a new life? Or is it possible they have come into harm and met with foul play? Could Douglas know where they are and is simply encouraging others to believe she has faked some IDs and started a new life? Or could it be that they were both abducted and may never be found again? Holly, if you are seeing this, please contact missingpeople.org.uk so they know you're okay and can let your family know. If anyone knows of Holly's whereabouts or has any information relating to her disappearance, whether big or small, please contact police on 101. If you would prefer to remain anonymous, please phone Crimestoppers on 0800 555 111. Alternatively, Missing People Charity run a 24/7 helpline where you can phone or text 116 000, quoting the reference 17-002910. Thank you for listening to the updated version of Missing Mysteries. If you have any suggestions or assumptions, please post them in the comments below. It is a very intriguing case and quite bizarre, and although there have been online sleuths that have stated that perhaps the father has something to do with the disappearance, I don't believe that is the case. Looking at the information provided with the history and the career of Salena, I believe that she has faked their own IDs and have started a new life somewhere. The difficulty is, we don't have a picture of Salena, so it's difficult to see what she actually looks like in real life. What do you guys think? Post your comments below and let me know, and thanks for listening.